Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, this is Jan. I love helping people keep more of their own hard earned money. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. I am Jan. How's everybody doing today? Whatever time you're listening to this, hope that everybody's doing well. Let me tell you something. I think that sometimes people get caught up with labels. Now, when I was a child, okay, and I would watch certain TV classic shows of the 1960s, it was considered a great, huge honor to have your name, let's say, a name label outside of your office, like a label, like how they used to put the label up. Somebody would paint the name of your business organization, or you earned some sort of meritorious promotion, and your name would get glued on, or there'd be like one of those name label things that you put on your desk, and your first and last name would be put on. It just gives people a sense of importance. This is why I'm saying this to you. We are the CEOs, chief executive officers, no matter who we are, no matter where we live, of our own stockpile. And by the way, never forget that. That's a very important job. Because let me tell you something, it is very important managing a stockpile, whether we realize it or not. Every one of us has, to a degree, a stockpile. Let's think about it. We have our active stockpile, our active pantries, our kitchen cupboards. Most of us, not everyone, most of us. Many of us have a refrigerator and a freezer. Some people only have a smaller version of a fridge and a freezer. Some people live out of an RV or whatever. Small apartments. Not everyone lives in a house. Everyone's life is different. But one thing every single one of us has in common, we need to eat. At some point, we have to buy food for our own personal fuel and have water, essentially. Am I right or am I right? So, to a degree, most of us are managing stockpiles because a lot of times people associate stockpiles with only the stuff that's put away in a designated shelf inside a room, or pantry, specific, pantry closet type thing or whatever. And that's just part of it. It's an important part of it. Let me tell you something. And here's why I say we really are the CEOs of our own stockpile. Now, routinely for myself, on a Saturday morning, I am a creature of habit. I'm just saying. All right. Routinely on a Saturday morning, while many people might be watching or listening to one of my weekend type shows, I'm in my stockpile room. I'm trying to rearrange cans, look at things, make sure I have things. If I need certain things, I will get certain things, whatever. I'm on top of it. And that's in my longer term stockpile room. All right. Also, I have to tell you every week. Now, last week, I skipped cleaning out my refrigerator because I was doing something else for somebody else, and there went the whole day. You know how that happens. Oh, it'll only take me an hour to go here, there, or anywhere, and then that hour turns into 6. Has that ever happened to you? Oh, gee willikins. So then I was off schedule, off kilter, and I didn't get to do my refrigerator. So now, as the CEO of my stockpile, which your refrigerator is part, the food in there is part of your stockpile, and your frozen food as well. So that means I have double work. This is what happens when you fall behind cleaning out your refrigerator. The work itself gets twice as hard. Okay. So definitely you'll be listening to this on a Friday. I stick to my original plans. I like doing it on Fridays instead of Saturdays. Don't ask me why. Again, creature of habit. But I had to help somebody out last week, and there went a few hours of my day. It just totally threw me off, which happens. This is real life. Now, I want to talk to you a minute about having regular sort of self appointments, checking out your stockpile, making sure your inventory, making sure you're up to snuff, as they used to say in the olden days. Double check your stuff. Don't see, see what needs to be replaced. I love this phrase, one is none and two is one. So cute. I learned that about a year and a half back. So cute. So one is none and two is one. I love it. And it is the truth. Now, there are not just the food areas of the stockpile. We also sometimes, well, not a lot of people, but I might. Let's speak for yourself, Jan. Janet. I might forget, for example, to double check the non food items in my stockpile. Now, this is interesting. Now, on the day that I'm recording this, I just like saw like a really like horrific weather event that either people had just been experiencing in certain sections of California, like an insane blizzard went by. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And it like was due to hit other parts of the country. And I heard the gentleman on the news say, mentioning something about advising people to stock up on food for a few days. I kind of sort of like laughed to myself. I'm like, I can't believe like this is such a revelation. But what I was looking at, I said, this is no joke. And for real and for true, because a lot of people there may not be used to all the snow amounts they were getting. It was like an insane amount. Anybody listening to this show that was affected by that storm, please let me know in the comment section below. And how do you feel about people that panic shop? Panic shopping. What's panic shopping? Well, it's like people know in the back of their mind, yeah, I really should stockpile, and yeah, I'll get around to it. And people think about getting around to this, around to that, and it never happens in some cases. And I'm not saying like do the panic shopping thing. That is not good because it's just not good. It's very inconvenient. Sometimes you can't get to where you want to go or need to go, and so on and so forth. This is the reason for the thinking about it like this: the slow and steady wins the race mentality. For example, I don't like get like 100,000 things at once and then just put it on shelves. I like the slow and steady wins the race mentality. I don't care if it takes weeks. I don't care if it takes months. I don't care. But I like knowing, even if it's 4 or 5 or 6 canned items a month, that's good enough for me. It's there. It's my reassurance. And it's just the way it is. As the CEO of my kitchen and the CEO of my stockpile and anything else that I manage in my apartment, I'm the person that has to take care of it. I want to make sure everything is up to snuff again, as they say. How do you fare well with that label thing? Remember again, back in the old days, it was a big honor to be in your own office, hang a shingle, put your name on it. Why can't we think of ourselves as that important? We run a lot of things in our lives every single day. Every single day, we run a lot of things in our lives. We do not even realize it. Some people think, I can't manage this. I can't manage that. In the meantime, they actually are managing. I can't be a manager. Unlike a lot of people misunderstand the word manager because back in the old days, like there were two kinds of managers. Like today, managers use so often, it could just be like a person that just walked through the door for first 5 minutes, you're called a manager. But back in my day, when I was a child, a manager, let's say in a grocery store, was a huge, huge position. I'm just saying. So, but we could think of ourselves as that, and we should. We organize so many things. Think about it, not just our stockpiles. We manage the groceries, we manage the bill of the groceries, we manage the income that it takes to pay for our groceries. You see where I'm going with this? We keep our homes and apartments as neat and clean as possible. We are doing a lot of things. We're in charge of financials and so much more. Please don't forget to label yourself whatever label you want to give yourself. I happen to choose CEO for myself. Some people like CFO, which is Chief Financial Officer. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, never forget, we deserve it.